Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm just going to stream this now. Make sure it's streaming. As you're joining me, you can say hi and let me know where you are and what it's like there. I've been seeing some pictures of people swimming and doing beach days and stuff like that. So that is definitely not what we're doing. We've been doing a lot of skating lately. So let me make sure this is streaming properly. Refresh this. And as you get on, just let me know if you can hear me properly. That would be wonderful. Let's see. Okay, looks like I'm live there. Let me just make sure I'm live in the event. Yes. Okay, we are good. Excellent. Okay, so today's training is on something that is very important. It is an important piece that is often missing, I find, in a lot of the people that I work with, a lot of the women I work with. This piece is a huge piece and a huge reason why they're not achieving their goals, or they're achieving them slower than they would like to. So as you're getting on and watching me, please let me know that you can hear me okay. You can say hi, give me a heart emoji, and yeah, let me know what your goals are for 2022. Have you already started planning your goals? Or is that something that you start more, after Christmas? Right now you're trying to get all the Christmas promotions in, the holiday promotions, the sales. So I'd love to hear what you do with your next year's goals. Maybe you already have them. Maybe you've already set them completely. If you have, I would love if you were comfortable to share one of your goals in the comments. Love to hear it. So you can go ahead and leave that in the comments. And something else is, good morning, Karen. How are you doing? The more you participate in this, the more you're going to retain. So I'm going to keep encouraging you guys to comment, because for one thing, it helps more people see the video and it will help more people. But it's also to your benefit to participate more, because you will retain it more. It's just like when I was in university, and if I go and sit in a lecture and I just sit there, I'm not going to retain as much as if I actually take notes. And it's not even about the act of going back and reading the notes that you've taken. It's just that you are an active participant. So I will encourage you to do that today. And so let's get into it. Okay. So I'm going to start with sharing a story about one of my major goals. So I have 2 blogs now. So I have The Curious Frugal and I have Best Mug Cakes. So that one's newer. It's like the second child. It is the one that I don't spend a lot of time on at all. But I just really wanted a food blog, so I started that one. And so going back to 2 years ago when I started The Curious Frugal, I had limited time, just like a lot of you guys. I had a little girl at home. When I started it, she was a toddler, I believe. Well, she was a preschooler, not in school, full time with me. We didn't do daycare. I had her the whole day. She was with me, and I love that. But I was trying to squeeze in my business into these small pockets of time. So does that sound familiar at all? Some of you guys work full time. Some of you, you volunteer, you have busy lives, you have grandkids you're taking care of. We don't we don't have like unlimited time to put into our businesses, right? So I started the Curious Frugal. I, did the things that you were supposed to do. And something that I want to share about me is that I am a huge DIY person, like massive DIY person. I love learning things on my own, and I always think that, okay, I can figure this out. I can figure this out on my own. Are any of you guys, is that your personality as well? Do you tend to try to just like muscle through it? Doesn't matter how long it takes, I will figure this out. Do you guys do that at all? Like, that can be a positive thing. The fact that you maybe have the confidence in yourself that you can do all these things and that you can figure it out, like that's great. Like that's really good confidence. But there's a downside to this. And I've seen this in my clients, and this was something that was in my past as well that I've had to work on. What do you think the downside is to being a total DIY person? I'm curious what you think. You can share comments. I'm just going to see if I can read the comments. So Karen's saying some things you'll try to figure out, but I know when I'm over my head. See, that's great. That, like too much time. Yeah, exactly. It takes too much time and your learning curve will be way longer. Okay, so back to my story about my blog. After I saw that I could make some money from it, a little bit of money, like I was making a little bit of money, not very much at all, but it was exciting. And then I thought, okay, if I make $1, I can make $10. If I make $10, I can make $100, and so on. It just, each time I made a new amount, it gave me confidence that I could keep going and grow it. But I was growing at a slow rate. And one of my huge goals was to get into this premier ad network. And I knew if I could do that, then I would have regular monthly income coming in, no matter if I was even writing anything new. So this was amazing. And it didn't matter if anybody bought anything, if anybody clicked on anything, none of that mattered. If I could get into this ad network, I would get a monthly check, depending on my traffic and a whole bunch of other things, depending on their algorithm. I was already in an ad network, but it did not pay me very much. I needed to increase my traffic and to improve my site. And again, tried to DIY all the things. I Googled, I did free tutorials on YouTube. I downloaded all the freebies you could download on the topics that I needed. And it was, slowly working, but it was so painful. It was so painful. Like I was watching people who had started their blogs after me skyrocket. They were going past me, and I was happy for them, but I was also like, what am I doing? Like I know I can figure this out, but that was my problem. My problem was I was trying to do everything on my own. Are we meant to do everything on our own? Like, are we all generalists? I mean, you might have a lot of things that you're good at, but it doesn't mean that you can't learn more from someone who's a specialist in an area. That can completely change the amount of time it takes you to do something. So I decided to hire a coach. So I hired this coach that was, I knew that she could get me, where I needed to go, where I wanted to go. So this goal was big. This goal to get into the ad network is called Mediavine. I only told a couple of people about it because I was so protective of my goal. I felt if I put it out there too much, then it would like dilute the power. It would, I have lives on this as well in terms of how much you really want to put out your big goals and how much you want to talk about them over and over and over. I didn't want to dilute the power of me moving towards it by just talking about it. I wanted to more take the action. So I only told a couple of people about it. And the other reason too was because I wanted this so badly. It was such a big goal for me. It was such a big, scary goal that I was a little bit afraid to put it out there. I thought, like, can I do this? Do you have any big goals that you are almost afraid to admit to yourself because they feel so big and you want them and you think that you could have them, but it's still really scary because where you are and where you want to be, they're really far apart at this point. So that's how I felt. I felt like I'm not even close. I'm not even that close. So I decided to hire this woman, and I was skeptical. So I knew her from a Facebook group. I was still skeptical. Like, she was intelligent. I knew she knew what she was talking about, all this stuff. But I was still a skeptic because I was such a DIY person. I was so used to just muscling it through on my own. So I was like, okay, you know what? Just give this a shot. What do you have to lose? Things are going slow anyways. Take the risk. Take the risk. It's either a risk or it's an investment. I could see it as a risk, or I could see it as an investment to fast forward my growth. And at that point, I wasn't sure what it was. I wasn't sure if it was an investment yet. I wasn't convinced. I took the leap. I was ready to take the leap because I was just sick of being where I was. I was sick of being stuck. I just was. And I got to that point where I was like, screw it. I have to do something different. I have to. If I want even a shot at Mediavine, my big goal, I need to do something different. So I hired her. And after, I think it was 3 months of working with her and implementing, so not just working with her, but very much following what she said to do with my blog to improve it. I applied to Mediavine. I got my page views up from 10,000 page views a month up to 40,000 page views a month. So I passed the threshold to get in, and I applied and I was accepted. And ever since then, I've been so happy with them. They are one of the top ad networks in the world. They treat their producers so well. They're so fair, so transparent. It's just exactly like, I'm so grateful to be part of that. I don't know how long it would have taken me to get there on my own. Do I think I eventually could have? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would have just plateaued for so long and gotten discouraged because I wasn't moving past, a certain number of page views. I just couldn't crack it. So I definitely saw my coach, as an investment and not, just a shot in the dark. Like, I wasn't sure initially. So this is one thing that I see people getting stuck with big time. Very common. Again, I want to share my story because it changed everything for me. It changed me from making, like a couple $100 a month on this blog that I loved and I wanted to grow and I wanted to help more people. I wanted to be able to write more. But, I couldn't justify keep on putting the amount of hours and time that I wanted to put into it if I was only making a couple $100 a month. It's not, that's more like, it's a good start, but that's kind of like hobby money, right? So it was the best thing, one of the best things that I did. And I'm forever grateful for that. I'm grateful that I finally got over that really stuck DIY pattern that I was in. And I'm grateful for her help and for her guidance, because it absolutely was a pivotal moment in my business. So do you feel like you are ever stuck in that DIY mode? You can share in the comments. And also for the people that will be joining later, if you're watching the replay, then please type #replay so I can know that you're there as well. And if you're watching the replay, please participate as well, because that will help you retain everything. Okay, I'm just gonna check for comments if you guys are writing anything about your goals. I'd love to hear them. Reinventing the wheel, Aniko says, absolutely. It's so easy to do if you just keep muscling through it on your own. Then you're not learning from other people's mistakes. You're just making those same mistakes. And that's what I did. I made those same mistakes until I was sick of it. So I got to the point where I had to make a change, or I was going to probably give up on the business. I was probably going to get really discouraged. So there is a big lesson in this, right? If you're taking a big step, you are probably not going to be 100% sure that it's the right thing, and that's okay. So when I hired my coach, was I 100% at that point? I wasn't 100% in. She was 100% in. She knew she could get me there, and her confidence helped. But was I 100% sure at that point? No. Like, I knew I needed a change, so I took the leap. And that was enough. I didn't wait until I was 100% sure, because maybe I would still be waiting. So if you feel fear or anxiety or just uncertainty when you're taking a big leap, it doesn't mean that you're not ready. Does that make sense? It doesn't mean you're not ready. So you obviously have to make decisions that make sense for you. But if there's something that you know you want to do, but you're kind of scared, or you're just not 100% there yet, maybe you're 80% there, this doesn't mean that you're not ready. It doesn't mean that you need more time to think about it, or to ponder, or to figure it out on your own. It's not what it means. It's fear talking. Okay, and we all have that. All of us. My clients have it. Some of them had it before making the decision to sign up for coaching with me. They had that fear. They knew they wanted to work with me, but were they 100% sure? Maybe not 100% sure. That's okay. Like, leaps are scary, and I will hold the space for you. I will hold that space for you if you're feeling only 90% sure, 80% sure. It's okay, because I've been there. I get it. I can be confident for both of us, just like my coach was confident for both of us. And that made all the difference. Like, completely changed my business. So when your fear talks like that, what it's trying to do is it's trying to keep you in that safe bubble, right? It's trying to keep you in that place where it's familiar. You might feel stuck. You might feel frustrated with your business, but it's familiar. You're used to where you are. There's a part of you that is afraid to succeed, right? It might be something about not feeling like you deserve it. It might be feeling a bit like too much exposure, like if more people are reading it, what will they think? What if you get, haters, or what, like, there's that fear, with some of my clients. So more things can come up when you take a big risk, but that doesn't mean that it's the wrong thing to do. It just means you have to work with the fear. So I stopped Googling all my questions. I stopped trying to get free advice from Google on my specific business problem, which you are not going to get specific help on Google, right? You will get general help, not specific to your business. I stopped signing up for all the freebies, the free stuff, the free tutorials, YouTube videos, and I committed to following someone who had gone before me, and it worked. So the doors are open right now for my 12-week mastermind, and it's called Clarity, Confidence, and Sales, and it starts in January. So if you are ready to stop DIYing everything, like I did, if you are ready to get unstuck from your plateau, I know from hearing from people in my DMs, I know a lot of you guys are on plateaus. I know you're stuck, you're frustrated. You want to get past that. So if that's where you are and you're truly ready to grow your income in 2022, then the mastermind is here for you. So I'd like to invite you to that. And I put together 4 incredible bonuses if you sign up in 2021. So these bonuses are for the early birds. And if you want to move from that plateau that you're on, if you're tired of watching people who started their businesses after you achieving things that you have not been able to reach yet. That was hard for me to see, right? I saw people who started their blogs months after mine, but they got help. I found that out after. I actually wrote to a couple of them. If you want to feel comfortable with selling, so that you actually look forward to presenting your offer, then the mastermind is for you. Because selling can actually be a joyful thing. It can be fun. It can be light. Yeah. And a coach says, I completely agree with you on investing in a coach. It shortens the curve to get to where you want to go. I myself have invested, but of course the other super important part is implementation. Absolutely. So important. Yeah. It's not just reading, and that's why I ask you guys to participate too in this live. So, sure, I'm the one on the live, but you guys are here too, right? It's a bit of a co-creation. So if you were getting this about not just DIYing everything, if this makes sense to you, drop an emoji, drop your favorite food emoji. Mine happens to be broccoli. I like that emoji a lot. So drop a food emoji or give me some love. You can like this video, love the video, drop a food emoji. Okay, so I'm going to share the bonuses with you. Each of these could be separate programs in themselves, but right now I'm offering them as bonuses if you sign up for Clarity, Confidence, and Sales by the end of this year, by the end of December. Okay, so bonus number 1, it sounds really fun because it is. It's a Truth or Dare Get Visible Challenge. So if you have trouble putting yourself out there, if you are scared to get visible, if something holds you back and you just need a little push, this is for you. It's going to be great. That's a $250 value. Bonus number 2 is overcoming limiting beliefs to break through your money barriers. That is a workbook plus a personalized follow-up with strategies. So that has a value of $500. Bonus number 3 is Small Changes, Big Breakthroughs workbook, and it's a strategy blast session with me. So it basically compacts time. So instead of things taking you years to figure out on your own, or years to have the inner transformation to be able to make the changes that you want to see in your business, this fast forwards it. This program condenses years of time into 3 months. What would that be worth to you? Think about it. Instead of it taking you 3 years to figure out this stuff, what would that be worth it to you to have figured out in 3 months? And the fourth bonus is a Facebook group or page audit to fix your mistakes and get optimized for sales. And that has a value of $250. So the total value of the bonuses is incredible. So what I would like to invite you to do is, if you're ready, to go from frustrated at how slowly your business is growing and overwhelmed, right? A lot of you guys are overwhelmed at all the things you think you need to do. There's a lot when it comes to a business. How do you sift out the time wasters? There are a lot of time wasters. How do you sift those out and stay on track? Some of that is having someone to hold you accountable, and that's me. So I've seen a lot. I know the difference that accountability makes all the difference. Someone checking in with you all the time. So in this program, you'll have weekly sessions with me, private sessions. So I invite you to fast forward your learning curve. Stop growing slow. And please stop all the DIY. There's a place for that. But what price are you paying trying to do it all on your own and taking the slow route? Like, really, think about it. So this program, this mastermind, is designed to shave years off of your learning curve so that you can achieve your goals faster. So I want to invite you. Are you in? Does that sound good to you? So this is a program for serious action takers only, right? This is not fluff. This is, you need to take action every week. This will not take at all your whole week. Nobody has time for that. This is a program I made for busy women. Wouldn't you like to know how to start in January? It would feel good. I like the pear emoji, Karen. That's great. I've never used that one before. I'm going to start using it. It's good. So thank you guys for joining me. And I'm excited to welcome some of you guys into the program. I can't wait to hold that space for you and to be your guide, because I know this can work. So if you're 80% thinking this sounds good, reach out. We can talk about it and see how it can fit for you. Because I would love for you not to be in this exact same place 2 or 3 years from now and being like, what if I had done that? What if I had taken that step, that leap? Like I see a lot of people who stay at the same stuck place for literally years. It doesn't feel good. It feels like a waste of time. So thank you guys for joining me so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you found this useful, please drop some fire, drop some hearts, whatever you want. A pear is great too. And I will talk to you guys soon. Next week's training is on a Monday, so just put that on your calendar. I'm doing it on a Monday instead of on a Tuesday, and it's going to be all about sponsored posts. That is something that I also cover with some people who are ready for it in my 12-week master program, Confidence, Clarity, and Sales. So you will get a little taste of that next week about sponsored posts. I've just been working on getting 2 sponsored posts this month, and it's a really great way to add to your income. So have a great day, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Talk to you soon.